What is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. As you guys can tell by today's video title, we're doing something a little bit different. I just thought it's about time that I get real with you guys. I feel like whenever you guys watch my videos, you might think that I'm like this quirky and chirpy person and I'm happy all the time. But honestly, that's only because you don't get to see everything. You don't get to see every part of my life, and I feel like that's so common with so many people you might watch on YouTube. Like everyone else, we all go through our ups and downs. We all have mood swings. We all have our bad days and some rough patches, and I thought I would actually kind of talk to you guys about that today. Specifically, I wanted to make a video about how to get yourself out of this moody funk / rut kind of time. Whenever I go through a rut, I feel like I just have such unproductive days. I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to even brush my hair. It's that bad. I feel like when we all go through these kind of funky times, our sleeping pattern is messed up. We're unproductive. We're delaying things that we should have done like a week ago. And in general, I just feel like I don't feel my best when I'm going through that kind of time. So I thought today I would kind of make a video about the things that make me feel happy and get me back on my A game, because I feel like it's so important to not stay in that rut forever, because it can be so easy to fall into that trap. Before I get into the list of the things that I do to make myself feel better and pull myself out of that rut, I want you guys to comment down below what you do to make yourself feel better. It can be the smallest of things, but it might help someone else. Also, if you guys are new here, hi, I'm Roxy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys want to stick around and subscribe, make sure you guys do down below, and also be sure to hit the bell button as well. But I guess without further ado, let's get on into the video. Okay, so step one to getting yourself out of a funk, I feel like it's probably not going to solve every single problem straight away, but it's definitely going to make you feel instantly 10 times better, and that is simply to just have a little bit of TLC, a little bit of self-care. I feel like we take those small things for granted sometimes, but honestly, like just going for a nice warm bath or a quick shower and then actually doing all the things that you're putting off all the time, whether it's plucking your eyebrows, washing your hair, you know, shaving your legs, whatever you need to do it, because I feel like these are things that we kind of let go a little bit when we're in a funk. It's only a fix for the exterior, but trust me, it just makes such a big difference internally as well. Another thing that kind of coincides with that point, change your bed sheets often. Honestly, there's no better feeling than getting into bed after you've had a shower with clean bed sheets. It kind of just makes you feel like you've arrived at a 5-star hotel, but it's just your room. It's just little things like that that you can implement into your everyday life. It will help so much. The next tip that I want to give you guys is one that I have definitely found throughout like the first lockdown, and that is taking up a hobby. It doesn't have to be anything super expensive. It could literally just be painting, learning a new instrument, learning a new language. Anything that you can do for you, that you can do in your own time to make yourself happy, is such a big thing. Since the big C, who we shall not name, I have picked up multiple hobbies. I've started to learn an instrument. I've started to learn a new language on just YouTube, and honestly, I just feel so much happier for it. I have definitely discovered that life cannot be all about work, because then it's like, what do you have to look forwards to? You need to have something that you can do on the weekends in your spare time that has nothing to do with your work. Just something that you can do for you and nobody else. And honestly, trust me, it will make your life so much better. My next tip is definitely talking to someone about it. For the longest time, when I'm going through like a rut or a bit of a sad time, I usually would bottle everything on the inside. And let me tell you, that is not a good thing to do. So if you can talk to someone about how you feel, definitely talk to someone like a family member or a friend. I do know that it's quite easy for me to say, oh, just talk to a family member or a friend, but sometimes I feel like we don't want to burden the close ones around us with our own problems, so we kind of just keep it all to ourselves. So if that's the case, and if that's how you feel and you don't really have anyone to talk to in your like close personal circle, there are other options. As you guys are watching this video right now on YouTube, I'm sure you would have heard of BetterHelp, which I am so excited to be working with. They are very kindly sponsoring this video. If you guys haven't heard of BetterHelp though, they are basically a professional counseling service that's done securely online. What BetterHelp does is they assess your personal needs, and they will match you up with a professional licensed therapist that you can get in touch with within literally 48 hours. BetterHelp is available worldwide, so wherever you are in the world, you can get the help that you need. This is where I get a little bit deep with you guys, which I don't usually do on this channel, as you already know. But basically, I don't really like to talk about my emotions with people face to face. I find it quite uncomfortable and awkward. So if you're like me, this will literally be perfect for you guys, because if you don't like to talk to someone like a real life therapist in a real life situation, then you can literally just message them on BetterHelp. You can literally log into your account and just message your counselor any time of the day. Through that, you'll basically get thoughtful and timely responses from your therapist. But if you do prefer like a face-to-face kind of connection with a therapist, you can actually schedule calls weekly as well as FaceTime calls. So this is honestly perfect for the times that we're living in right now, where everything is pretty much contactless, but it also does mean that you won't have to sit around in a waiting room at like a traditional therapist. Also, from personal experience, when it comes to therapists, just because you go for one therapist doesn't mean they will be the right one for you. Like, don't just stick with the first one if you don't think that they're the right match. So with BetterHelp, they actually allow you to change your therapist if you feel like they're not the right match for you, and it's free of charge. Also, BetterHelp is way cheaper than traditional counseling, and you can actually get financial aid for it as well. So yeah, if you feel like there's something on your mind and you can't really talk to your family or friends about it, definitely try out BetterHelp. And because I am working with them on this video, they have very kindly offered my viewers 10% off for the first month. If you guys want to find out any more information about BetterHelp, I will have some more info down below as well as the link. My next tip on getting out of a rut is probably the most important for me personally, because I feel like it makes the most difference in my life, and that is to clean your space. Honestly, clutter is just not good. It's just not good when you're in a rut. It makes you feel unproductive. It makes you feel like, well, my room or wherever is messy around me, so what's the point even trying? And let me tell you, I have definitely been in that mind frame for the longest time, until I literally just knuckled down, cleaned my whole house. Like, I mean, deep cleaned my whole house. We got rid of so much junk from the house that we didn't need. And you know the saying, out of sight, out of mind? I feel like that is not really true when it comes to junk and clutter in your house, because psychologically you always know it's there. Even if it's shoved behind a cupboard door, it's still there. So yeah, one of my biggest tips is definitely clean your space. I just feel like I can't say it enough. If you struggle with like staying on top of, you know, keeping your room or house tidy, whatever, set an alarm for the same day every week and literally just say to yourself, I can't not clean the house or else I won't be able to watch Netflix in the evening. Genuinely, I feel like giving yourself a reward after like cleaning or anything that you don't like to do helps so much. My next tip on how to get yourself out of a rut is to take a trip. It honestly helps so much to get yourself out of your mundane, everyday sort of routine. And I know taking trips with the current times is kind of difficult still, but it doesn't have to be abroad. It can just be to, I don't know, the capital of your country. Just go for a nice day out, get some friends together, and it honestly will make you feel better. If you can't do that, honestly, even a walk around your neighborhood or around your local park will do the trick. I feel like just getting outside and just walking is just such a good thing to kind of put your issues and problems into perspective. Whenever I go for a walk, if I'm feeling a bit down, I always come back and I just feel that tiny bit better, and honestly, that's enough for me. I guess it's something in that sweet fresh air that I just clearly don't get enough. The next thing I like to do to kind of get myself out of a rut is to block the noise. And I know this sounds really silly because social media is literally my job, but I do like to have days where I have a social media detox, which is why you guys will probably see that I'm not as active on like Insta stories sometimes. There's so many times where I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just mindlessly go straight to Instagram, and then I'll end up scrolling on Instagram for about an hour just in bed. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's just not a healthy way to wake up. You're just absorbing so much noise and not focusing enough to the things that are actually around you. And as great as social media is, obviously I can connect with you guys through it, and it has given me so many opportunities. It can also be quite harmful for your mental health, especially in like the industry that I'm in. I feel like there's a lot of comparing, and don't get me wrong, I definitely compare myself to other people too. I feel like naturally that's just what we all do as humans, so definitely know you're not alone, and if you need to, take a social media detox. Genuinely, what times are we even living in? Like, to have to say taking a social media detox is a thing is just crazy. Now, the next thing I like to do to get myself out of a funk is to actually just say to myself, do you know what? I'm gonna put my mind to something. Like, I'm gonna do something. All you need to do is take that first step, and sort of like the snowball effect will follow. You'll stop procrastinating because you've already done like one thing, so you might as well do another. I recently saw this quote on the internet that really changed my perspective on things, and it was, change I'll do it when I feel better to I'll feel better when I do it. And honestly, it just is true. Like, I will feel so much better when I've ticked off that thing that I've had on my list for a month rather than not. And I know it's super difficult when you're in a rut and you're in that like procrastinating mood and you feel like I just can't be bothered to do anything, but trust me, it will make you feel better. Just tick one thing off your list that you've been meaning to do for like a month and you will feel so much better about it. Another thing I do is I actually write lists. I feel like it just makes me feel like I'm actually doing something, even though I'm just writing down my thoughts and things I need to do on a piece of paper. But it helps me feel like I'm staying organized and I'm kind of like staying on top of things that I need to do. And it also makes me feel like I won't forget that I need to do these things because I'm keeping myself accountable by writing them down. So if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so overwhelmed, there's so many things I need to do, write it down and it will feel like it's not as many things as you thought. But also there is nothing more satisfying in the world than ticking off something off of a list. So that was my list of things that I personally like to do to get myself out of that rut, out of that pit of just self-pity. Trust me, we have all been there, some people more than others. That's me. But yeah, this is just a collection of things that helps me. Let me know if it helps you guys as well. I really hope it does. If you guys have any tips of your own, definitely be sure to comment them down below because I feel like it might help me or someone else in the comments. I just want you guys to know that you're not alone when it comes to feeling this way. I definitely go through rough patches myself, but it's just not something that I document online. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little TED talk. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video. I don't really like to open up like this on my social media accounts, but you know, I thought it might help you guys. Let me know if you guys would like to see any more videos like this on my channel. It's definitely a very new concept. I don't really make videos like this, as you know, but maybe I could do like an advice video. That could be quite fun. Maybe you guys could send in some things that you want advice on Instagram. But yeah, let me know. I'll only do it if you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video. I appreciate you all, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.